Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian. I run the gaming channel Sebastian Gaming, and I'm going to show you how you can get the most out of your gameplay footage without being good at Sony Vegas. So this is just a simple tutorial, and I'm going to show you some presets that you're going to use, and I'm going to tell you how you do it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you get your clip in. Right, this is a clip of mine from playing Stranded Deep. This is the game we're playing on my main channel. You can go check that out if you want to. So first off, you want to go into your settings. Now you can find them up here, or you can click Alt and Enter. Now you go in here and you change the settings into having it full 80. I like having it full 80 resolution. If you want to go for 720, that's fine. I don't really care. Do whatever you feel like. Set your field order to non-progressive scan. Pixel aspect ratio to 1 to square. And I like to do 30 FPS. If you want to go 60, set it to 60. If not, then keep it at 30. Pixel format 8-bit, and also full resolution rendering quality, set it to best. Motion blur type, set it to Gaussian, and de-installation mode, set it to none. And then you can also tick it to start all new project with these settings, so you want to do that maybe if you'd like to. I mean, I like that. So now what you're gonna go ahead and do is you want to take and add some effects to this layer, because we wanna add some effects to really make this video pop. So we're gonna add brightness and contrasts right here. Want to add some color correction, some color curves, and also some sharpen into this image. Okay. And don't worry, afterwards I'm going to put them side by side, the original video and the one with the color correction. So I have a preset here called gaming. You can set them as a preset, so you just name them whatever, and then you save them when you're done. Okay, so I'm going to open mine and you can check what it's like. Okay, so I turned up the brightness to 0.075. You go ahead and do that. You go into color correction. And we scroll down to the bottom of this. Now you just have that blank from, you just have that as a default. You can go ahead and name these and save them as a preset afterwards. You're going to have to do that for every one of these. Save them as their own preset. As you can see, I go into the drop down and choose my preset. So here you go into saturation onto color correction, and you set it to 1.100. Now that will just make the colors pop and make them look really nice. Now color curves. Now you're going to have to go ahead and recreate something, because your color curves are going to look like this if you have not done them already. Mine looks like this. If you can make a slight curve, for some games it might be better having a bit more curve in it, but like this is fine for all around purposes. And you want to add some sharpen. Again, there you go. Add it to 0.008. And that's not a lot, but what it does is it literally adds a border to every pixel, so you don't want to go too big. You can mess around with all of these if you'd like, but these are the settings that I use, and I find them to be almost the best. Now, you can go in here, you can kind of stretch it, and I can put it side by side so we can see the split screen view of what it was before. It's over here. This is how it looked before. This is how it looks afterwards. Now, I am going to show you how to, I'm going to show you the two side by side when I'm done. Now, you also want to go in and bypass motion blur, because no one wants to look at that. And if you right click on your video and go into switches and disable resample, you won't get the blurry vision when you render it, because sometimes it will try to fix your video. If it finds it blurry, it will add in more or go back a frame. It will look really weird, and it looks like there's two videos running at once at some point, so you don't want to do that. So to bypass that, go to switches and disable resample. That's just a good idea. Now onto your render settings. Now that you've got all that done, you want to go into render as, or file and render as, and then you're going to open this. Now I'm going to show you my presets, and you're going to have to deal with that. So if I untick this, you can go ahead and see all of these. Now I use Sony AVC MVC, and you just take one of these. I went ahead and took it Internet 1920 by 1080 30p. That'll be all fine. You just click that, and you click customize your template. And I'm going to show you how that looks. So first off, we're going to look at the default. It looks kind of like this. That's fine. But I'm going to show you how to make it even better. So you customize your default, or customize your template. And obviously you include video, AVC, high definition, 1080p if you like, or 720. You can go ahead and choose whatever. I like 1080p. You untick this if it is ticked. We don't want that. You set the profile to high. Entropy coding, set it to kback, and I don't have it at a solid 30, I have it at 29.97, but you'll be alright. And you untick this if it is ticked, you don't want that. Your field order, set it to none, again, progressive scan, and pixel aspect ratio, like before, 1. Now, I have a solid bitrate of 16 million. Now, that is going to give you a large file. If it's a 15-minute video, maybe a gig, maybe more, but you'll be alright. You can turn it down, all the way down to 4 million. Now, if you're doing, like, Minecraft videos, you want a higher bitrate. And Minecraft I use as my example because it's a good example of when you need a high bitrate. You need it when there is a lot of things and a lot of little pixels happening on the screen, changing constantly. Now, if there's not and the game is very smooth, you can turn it down to almost 4 million. You're gonna have to experiment with that for every single game. But as a default, I just have mine at 16 million. I find that to be the perfect one for all around purposes, and with my internet it's not a big deal. Number of slices put it to minimum, and encoder mode. Now this is interesting because my CPU is better than my GPU, so I use my CPU only. That's going to give me the best rendering time. You can also go down and select Intel QuickSync video for quality or speed. Again, you're going to have to mess around with these. If your GPU is better than your CPU, you might want to use that. If not, then just go ahead and select this CPU. For most people, that would be the best. But then again, you go ahead and enable progressive download. It's going to be good. Your audio, you can do whatever you want. I just have mine at max because why go down? It doesn't drag your size up too much. It's going to be all right. You go to your system, you can check the GPU. Now for me, it's going to say CUDA available. Now that just means I can go ahead and render with the GPU, but I really don't want that. So you go into projects, and you set the video rendering quality into best. And if you want to use 3D, you can go ahead and use it, but I don't, so I said to use project settings. So if I in project settings says, yeah, you're going to use 3D, then it's going to use 3D. And color space default. And then there you go, you just go ahead and render that to whatever drive. That is how you get the most out of your video. Now, I am going to show you how mine looks with and without effects, side by side. You're going to see a split screen view. And I hope that you got something out of this. I hope to see you on my main channel, Sebastian Gaming. I'll be a link on the screen and in the description, so you can go check it out and you can see my videos and how they look with this. And I'll see you all for next tutorial. Bye guys.